Alright, what's up guys, it's Giro Cars and welcome back to another video. Now for today, we're not going to be talking about Mustangs, let alone even talking about cars. We're going to be talking about this damn toilet brush looking ass haircut on my head. Alright, all my friends actually really joke around with me and say that my hair looks like a toilet brush, like the shape of my head combined with the weird hair I have going on, it looks like a toilet brush. So I kind of want to get you guys feedback on what I should do with the toilet brush. But anyways, no, today we really are going to be talking about Mustangs, particularly, whatever that word is. We're going to be talking about my 2006 Mustang GT. Now, I'm going to go in the car with you guys and go for a little ride, but for the start of this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the brief overview of my car, because obviously by the title, today's video is going to be about what I should do to my Mustang GT in terms of power. I'm looking to push more power in the car, and I have actually been looking at daily drivers to lower the mileage on my car, or lower the mileage that's put on my car, and also get a little bit more power out of the car for what it is, but not have to daily it with that much power. So obviously, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you may have seen a few posts that I've made regarding boosting the car, regarding nitrous, regarding getting some big old cams in it. And right now, as the car sits, it is pushing maybe about 290 to 300 wheel horsepower and maybe around 300 to 310 pounds of torque. The current mods I have to the car in terms of performance are really crappy tires that I cannot hook on. So I actually bought these bullet wheels and they came with really bad Sumitomo all-season tires. So that's definitely going to be something I'm going to have to get. But as of right now, performance mods to the car is a JLT Series 3 cold air intake. It's a big old intake and it's good for boost actually. I also have a Lido tune, as you guys know. So I currently have the Bama RevX tuner, but I have a Lido. Oh, I just like spit on the damn camera. But I have a Lido tune loaded onto it. I really like the Lido tune. Pulls really hard top end, and I just really like how it feels. And Lido his name is Manuel Pazzo, and he's a good 3-valve tuner. He specializes in 3 valves, so recommend him if you're looking for a good tuner. And then I also have a full straight pipe on the car, as you guys know, which, by the way, that straight pipe video did like really good. It's at like 21,000 views, which is awesome. But yeah, so keep that going, guys. But so yeah, I have the tune, I have the intake, and then I have a catless H-pipe as well as a MBRP muffler delete. I hate to say this, but I'm actually looking to get some mufflers on the car because of how annoyingly and stupid loud it is. It was really fun having that, and I may end up keeping it, but I am looking at pricing options for mufflers on this car because it is just stupid loud. But yeah, so we're going to take a ride in the car, but I bought this car about 2.5 months ago. It's come a long way in terms of exterior looks, obviously. I mean, I do have the wheels, I have the hood pins, I have the side louvers, and I'm looking to get a ducktail wing. Yeah, so we're going to take a ride in the car. The car has come a long way. I dropped my quarter mile from about 14.1 to 13.6 on these stock crappy all-season tires. Yeah, looking to get the car a little bit faster, and I want to get you guys' opinions, but we're going to take a ride and see how she does. Here we go. So here we are in the GT. I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy started up, and we'll wake up the neighbors. It's like 5 in the afternoon, but it's loud enough to wake them up, you know. Woo! As I'm heading out of my neighborhood here, guys, I want to give a little side note and say that if you guys want to stay more updated with me and find out really everything I'm thinking with my Mustang before I put it in my videos, check out my Instagram at Giro Cars. I put a lot of stuff on there with what I'm considering upgrading, what my car is looking like, and how it's doing. So yeah, check it out. It's literally just the same name as my Instagram or my YouTube. It's Giro Cars, simple enough. And yeah, check that out if you're looking for more stuff. But we're pulling out of my neighborhood here, and we're gonna go for a quick little drive, see how the Mustang's doing. And is that my mom? No, it's not my mom. We're not in trouble. So with that baby slide out of the way, like I said, today we're going to be talking about some power adders. Now, there's really 3 major options that I'm looking at right now. And the first option is to go full bolt-ons, but stay naturally aspirated, otherwise known as NA. So obviously there's NA, which is naturally aspirated, and FI, but no one really says FI, they kind of just say boosted or something. But FI is forced induction. And then there's a third option, which would be nitrous. And I'm going to go over all 3 and the pros and cons of each. And before you guys jump to any conclusions or jump to the gun and say, I want you to get nitrous, I want you to go NA, I want you to do boosted, I want you to go over my options and why I'm choosing or like thinking about each one. So the first option, like I said, is to go full bolt-ons naturally aspirated. So basically what that means is going with all the modifications I can do to the car without getting a turbocharger or a supercharger or nitrous. And it would mean that I have like camshafts, I have a tune, I have an intake, I have an intake manifold, I have a full exhaust, and the list goes on, right? And this is actually, honestly, probably would be my favorite option if these cars had more potential in them NA. And what I mean by that is that it's really hard to get over maybe 360 to 370 wheel horsepower from what I've seen in my current 3-valve Mustang GT without boosting or putting nitrous on it. Nitrous and boost are very good options for pushing a lot of power, but I am a fan of the naturally aspirated power band. And what I mean by that is, I keep saying what I mean by that, but what I mean by that, what I'm trying to say is I really like the power band and the way the power comes on in a naturally aspirated Mustang. Basically, I could have it in any gear, drop it, or well, I could be in like a top gear, I could drop it one gear, like here's fifth, that's fourth, and I'm not really in the power yet, right? I'm at about 2,000 RPMs. It's not that much power because the power comes on very linear. It comes on from low RPMs, it just builds all the way to redline. If I drop this bitch to third, and I gotta slow down a little bit because it's kind of raining. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the power is very linear. It starts off slow and then the torque comes on and then you hit the horsepower and it just builds really all the way to redline. Now if I were to boost the car, it would be much more turbo lag, which is when you floor it and you don't really feel it, and then the boost kicks in, then you feel it from when I've ridden my cars, or ridden my friends' cars. And yeah, so that's the first option. Go naturally aspirated, have that linear power band all the way to the top, and I could also get like 410 gears to make the car pull harder, which is something I'm actually already looking at. And yeah, overall it would have a nice linear power band, which I like, but the power potential wouldn't really be there at about 360 to 370 wheel horsepower with full bolt-ons and a lot of money put into the car. So the next option that I'm looking at, which I'm really unsure about, but it is a great option for the price, is nitrous. And before you guys comment, I know a lot of guys do not like nitrous and it is not really safe for your motor. But the thing that I would do is, since I'm about at, 300, 310 wheel horsepower right now, or maybe 290, whatever it may be, if I put maybe a 50 to 75 to maybe maximum of 100 shot of nitrous on, the car would easily be touching 400 wheel horsepower and it would easily be over 450 wheel torque. The nitrous does a lot for torque. And basically that would put me at a much higher number and it wouldn't be a constant stress on the motor. Now obviously there's a lot of upgrades that come with nitrous when you start pushing a big shot, but these 3 valves, I've done a lot of research on them and they can handle a decent shot. I'm going around this roundabout and it's so damn confusing, but the 3-valve GTs can handle a lot of nitrous, well not a lot of nitrous, but they can handle up to 100 shot without a fuel pump, without injectors, just really stage or colder plugs. And yeah, so I can run maybe a 75 to 100 shot. I would even upgrade my fuel pump and my injectors and my smart plugs just for peace of mind to make sure the motor's doing good. But yeah, I can run up to 100 shot of nitrous in this thing and have a lot of power. The downsides being that it does wear on your motor. It's not the best for your motor. But the upsides being it adds a lot of power and it's not a constant stress on the motor. Whereas boosted, if I didn't get forged eternals, the motor would have a lot of stress on it constantly when I floor it. So I would say that full bolt-ons is one of the pricier options. It's similar to boosted. Nitrous is definitely the cheapest option, but a little bit sketchy here and there. And then finally, the last option would be to boost the car. Now, if I were to boost the car, if I wanted to push a lot of power and build my internals, build my drive shaft, build my axles, and really build everything on the car, including tires, I'd probably go turbocharger. But with that being said, I'm really not looking to push an insane amount of power. Like I said, I am looking at a new daily driver, so this can maybe be a garage queen and only come out sometimes in the winter, and then in the summer I can just tear the streets apart. But like I was saying, a supercharger would probably be my best bet. It adds probably somewhere from 450 to 550 wheel horsepower. It doesn't add that much, but that's about what I would be at. And then supercharger is very linear. It's very similar to a naturally aspirated power band. It kind of builds boost. But the thing with the supercharger is it's belt driven. It's not run off the exhaust fume, so there's no turbo lag. It kind of just goes when you want it to, and it would feel really powerful. I'd be pushing a lot of power. And the kit I'm looking at is actually a Vortec V3 polished or not polished, I don't even know, kit. And it does add a really good amount of power. Like I said, I'd be at anywhere from like on 8 pounds of boost, I'd probably be near 450 wheel horsepower. And then on 10 pounds of boost, I'd be nearly 540 horsepower at the wheels. Which is a super good amount for the car pushing about 300 horsepower now. That'd be definitely a big upgrade. And guys swear by those superchargers and say they just feel so good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What should I do to add a lot of power to my Mustang? I'm looking to do this sometime between the middle of the winter to next year, depending on when I get my daily driver, depending how the money is, of course, because I'm 20 years old. This does cost a lot of money. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Nitrous, full bolt-ons, or supercharger. And turbochargers are an option, but really with the lag and the daily drivability and all that, I'm really not looking for a turbocharger. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoy this video, and let's do one final pull. I'm gonna, probably not a good idea to drop it down in a second, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because it's a little bit damp out. So yeah, hopefully this goes good. Here we go, dropping on the 4th. Dropping on the 2nd. I mean 3rd. And even 2nd. Buddy, she gets up and goes for 300 horsepower, man. I think it's more of the sound that's making me get the adrenaline rush, because this baby screams with that straight pipe. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, boys.